Sports fans are gearing up at Interstate Sports, your home for officially licensed fan gear. We have jerseys, custom frames, team signs, draft tumblers, and more. For every sports fan's needs, visit interstatesportsgifts.com.
Welcome to Coach Hayes Football Live. He can talk about anything from high school to the pros. This guy knows the game, so you better not be half-stepping.
I can guarantee you most of the audience is going to agree with me before they agree with you.
Strap in, because Coach Hayes is about to
crack your cranium and fertilize your brain. Go ahead and right here, right now.
Subscribe now and check out CoachHayesFootball.com.
Well, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Primetime Talk. Let me know everything looks good, sounds good in the chat. So we get this thing rocking and rolling. We talk about the Colorado Buffaloes versus the Kansas Jayhawks. So let me just get a quick thumbs up. Everything is good, and we'll be ready to rock and roll and get this thing rocking, man. All right, there go Ellen MVP with a thumbs up. We good to go. All right, here we go, man. The Colorado Buffaloes get upset by the Kansas Jayhawks. Whew, that's a little tough right there. What was the score? I can't remember the doggone score. 37-21. Story of running the ball versus not. That's really what it comes down to. I'll do the box score as I always do. So let me go ahead and knock this out right quick. As you see that Kansas put up 520 total yards versus Colorado's 307. They had 189 yards passing. Kansas did 331 rushing. Kansas. And for Colorado, 267 passing for 40 yards rushing. Man, this was just, it was close at the beginning, but again, Kansas began to just pull away. They had 28 first downs versus the 15. And then, as you saw, there was no turnovers in this game, but time of possession was key. Kansas had 40 minutes versus 20 minutes. They had the ball basically 20 more minutes in Colorado. And what you saw in this game was a team that decided to run the ball. And I talked about this before. Kansas is the best, worst team out there, right? They are the best, worst team out there. And they have been on this run to wreck people's season. So when I said, hey, they wrecking people's season, people kind of like, yeah, laugh. But that's what they've been doing. They wrecked Iowa State. They wrecked BYU. They wrecked, I won't say they wrecked Colorado because we don't know what the standings are. And I don't know. I'm not trying to figure out. I'll let y'all experts figure out what happens so far as the playoff standings, who's going to be where. I'll let y'all do that. All right. So that's where that stands. But when you look at rushing yards, Devin Neal, I mean, you just got to give credit what's credit's due. Devin Neal had 37 carries for 207 yards and 3 touchdowns. All right. Their quarterback, not bad, Jalen Daniels, 14 for 21, 189 and a touchdown. But also Devin Neal had 4 catches for 80 yards. So this dude put up 287 yards total offense himself. I mean, he had more yards than the doggone receivers. And that's huge right there. Now, when you look at Colorado, I got to give Shador his credit. He was 22 of 28, but 267 and 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. I mean, it is what it is. And shout out to Travis Spider-Man Hunter, as Rob from Texas likes to call him. He had 8 catches for 125 and 2 touchdowns. And Draylon Miller had 4 catches for 45 and 1 touchdown. Travis Hunter is as advertised. And I want to give Rob his credit. He didn't meet expectations. He exceeded expectations. Hopefully Rob from Texas calls in tonight. I put my money on it that he's not going to call in. But I hope Rob from Texas calls in. See, Ryan Sanson says, I need Rob to call in. He's probably not going to call in. That's how these guys do. They call in when it's one way and they won't call the other way. They don't like to stand on business, or as Rob told me, I was sitting down. So he doesn't want to sit on business. Call in, Rob. Let's talk about it. I'd love to have that conversation with you or anybody else for that matter. It doesn't matter. I will open up the phone lines here in a second. Like I said, we got 140 in climbing. Y'all go ahead and hit the like, share, and subscribe button. We already broke 42,000 subscribers. I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all so much. As well as we got to give love right here to the show sponsor, interstatesportsgifts.com. That's with an S, InterstateSportsGifts.com. My man Trevor at Interstate Sports Gifts has all your sports memorabilia needs, from chains, doormats, garbage cans, pool table covers, lamp shades. It doesn't matter. Helmets, jerseys. Hit him up, give him a call, and he'll get you what you need. I'll put it that way. Go on the website. If you don't see something that you're looking for in particular, call him on the phone, and I guarantee he can get it for you. So with that being said, appreciate you, Trevor, from InterstateSportsGifts.com. And if you happen to be on 95 going north and you're in Savannah, pull over, stop at Tanger Pool Outlets. He's got a brick and mortar store in there as well. All right. I don't know what people are talking about. I mean, it's nothing for, in my opinion, there's nothing for Colorado to hang their head about in this. I mean, it's an excellent season. Hopefully they can get a chance to go on, but I don't know if they get a chance to go on. I don't know. Y'all the experts out there. Y'all can tell me. Y'all the fact checkers out there. Y'all let me know what their chances are. I know that they had to win out definitely to get in, but I don't know what this loss means, because Iowa State was on a bye week. And if you look at the standings, let me see if I can look at the standings. I think I had the standings. Doggone it. All right, here we go. If you look at the standings right now, BYU has their one loss, but they may be losing to Arizona State today. I don't know if that game is over. Is BYU game over yet? Yes, they lost to Arizona State by 5. So now they have 2 conference losses. Colorado now has 2 conference losses. Iowa State has 2 conference losses. Arizona State has 2 conference losses. Well, I don't know who's in. I have not a clue. If it goes to head, there's that another. Everybody told me I was wrong, so I'm going to stay wrong. I'm not trying to be funny. I don't know. I don't see one thing about me. I don't have a problem saying I don't know. I have no clue what it is, what's going to happen. I leave that up to the people that be, because some people are going to say, well, Coach Prime bring money. That might be a reason that they get them in. I don't know, and I'm not going to get into it, but I definitely let y'all do it. Y'all can definitely let me know. Yeah, shout out in Florida. Florida out here wrecking people playoff dreams too. Florida dropped Ole Miss today in the swamp. So that's what it is. I don't know. We're gonna find out. We're gonna definitely find out. I have no idea. I'm trying to read some of these right here. Yeah, BYU lost. Arizona State beat them. And Arizona State was sneaky good as well, but it was something about that Kansas. I'm telling you, they weren't losing. They just caught their stride at the end around here. Angel says, you're not a believer, Coach. I want Rob to call in and ask me if I'm a believer or not. I believe. I believe he won't call in. I bet that. I believe that. I believe that. But anyway, I'm going to open this up to the folks, man. We could talk about it. I clearly felt like this was a run game thing, and Devin Neal is as advertised, man. That dude running the ball extremely hard, man. Couldn't be stopped. He taking shots, he giving shots, all that kind of stuff. Shout out to Maximus Mac around here for the $10. Appreciate it. He said, hey, Rob from y'all will kill. Hey, Rob from Texas. What up, big dog? Where you at? Call in, big dog. We want the same smoke, bro. He might be watching. I don't know, man. He might be down there trying to drown the goldfish. Ain't no telling what Rob doing. And see, that's the thing right there. Hey, Detroit kitty cat. Meow. I'm not necessarily happy tonight. I don't know why. Like, I would love for you to call in, Detroit kitty cat. One, I like to have the ladies call in. But 2, it's not about being, I'm not happy about this. I want to see Prime succeed. I don't know where y'all get this from. And somebody said this to me in the Discord earlier. He said, Coach, you don't hate. Shout out to Nasty too. He said, Coach, I know you don't hate Colorado. You hate the fans. And I think that it's like people, it's the cult members. It's not the fans I don't hate. It's the cult members. It's the Robs, dog. It's those kind of folks. You know what I'm saying? It's those kind of folks. So Detroit kitty cat, I wonder what that kitty cat for. But anyway, let me know. She said, yeah. Well, call in. Let's talk about it. For real. And again, I have nothing about it, but it is what it is. So anyway, let me put the phone up here. Be nice if I get the right show on here. All right, let's put the phone number up here, 862-799-9956. Feel free to call on in. You're more welcome to talk about. We got a call on the line right now, 9139. Give me 1 second. Like I say, Maximus Mac, appreciate that $10 again. LMV say Rob got to get his notes. And I'll say this too. I think Travis Hunter has solidified his Heisman winning. I didn't say candidacy, but winning. I think he has won it, man. That dude is half man, half amazing, bro. I had to be very honest about that. Like, if I'm Kansas, I don't know how he gets open. I'm putting 2 dudes on him at all time. I don't care if the guy with the football run right by you, long as he don't get the ball. That's just how I look at it. That dude right there, Draylon Miller or somebody else gonna have to beat me. It ain't gonna be him. And nowhere in the world he would have 2 touchdowns. And I know it ain't easy to stop everybody. And I'll say this too. Shout out to Shedeur Sanders as well. Bro, the dude doesn't flinch, man. The dude does not flinch, bro. He can throw a football. And that shot that he took, that was beyond. Now, that was nasty. That's nasty work right there. That shot he took to the knees, and we were looking at it in Discord. We actually stopped it. When the dude was hitting him, he still was looking at the ball. Bruh, shout out. That dude was tougher than an overcooked steak, man. He tough. He is tough. But anyway, let me go ahead and get to the line. Go ahead and call in. Let me know your thoughts. What you think about the game. I clearly say, like I said, this is a game that was clearly about being able to stop the run. And being able to stop the run, you had to do that. That was their bread and butter in this game, the ability of Devin Neal to continue to move the chains. And that was something that Colorado did not accomplish. That wasn't a goal they accomplished tonight. And they tried. They stacked the box. They had overloaded gaps. They had all that stuff. So it wasn't like any play calling. So if anybody, the play call. Bro, they got 9 people on the line of scrimmage, bro. And this dude popped through there. So it is what it is. 8-3 is still a good season. They just won't make it to 8-3. Yeah, they got one more game after that. So they could be 9-3. I think they should definitely beat Oklahoma State. They have packed it in. But it is a good season. 9-3 is an excellent season. It is an excellent season for all that's happened. All right. But let's go here. 9139 on the line. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, what you're calling from, what's your thoughts.
What up, Coach Hayes? Frank from Pasadena.
Frank from Pasadena, California. Yeah, talk to me, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, it was a little toughy today. We was out there. It seemed like it was Colorado versus Devin Neal in the Jaybirds. You know what I mean? They had that boy looking like Derrick Henry in his MVP season. It's crazy though, because like you said, it wasn't play calling so much. Like plays could have been made, tackles were just missed. Like, there are a lot of plays where the defenders they make the tackle. So that's a stoppage for a loss. But move here to move there, miss tackle. It just seemed like it seemed like Colorado thought she was gonna be sweet. They found out that it wasn't. That boy Trav is a dog as always. Shedeur is a dog as always.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna talk too much about the refs because I don't really think obviously, giving up 500 offensive yards, you can't say shit about the refs. I feel like they had a couple little blind eyes to like certain calls, like there was a couple calls where I'm just like, bro, did you not see that? Okay, it's cool, but I mean, you can't even bring that up really because like I said, Devin Neal took care of business today.
Yeah, I mean, he really put in some work today, bro. Like,
yeah, it seemed like he really represented like all they, like pretty much all they scores for the most part. And pretty much like the game really could have been ugly, like because all those field goals came from 20 yards. Like, I don't even think we've seen a punter all day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The game could have been uglier than what it was. We got lucky by escaping field goals, but yeah, man, I don't know. It just seemed like Colorado reverted back to that, back to that bullshit they be doing sometimes.
Yeah, and here's the funny thing: you say that, man. Like you saw Shedeur kind of holding on the ball for a long time, didn't throw it away.
Yeah.
You're trying to make a play. But you know what's funny? Like at the beginning, you saw them jump out like 17-0, and you saw Colorado make this wave. And I said, you know what? Kansas is trading field goals for touchdown. And you know how Colorado is, they can score. But then they decided, you know what, man, forget all that pretty stuff. Let's just get a ball to 4 and let's put this work in. This man had 30. Like that's early 2090s football where the running back get 37 carries. You don't even see that hardly anymore, 37 carries. Usually a dude get 12 carries in the game and he's good for the game. This dude had 37.
man, I mean, like I said, it was really Devin Neal versus the Colorado Buffs today with the company of the line. You know what I mean? You come out of halftime, you get to halftime, we get the ball back, we make it a close game, but it's just like, it's one of those things where it's like, there's certain things that have shown up in glimpses of each game all season that I always like, my grandma was like, do you think we're going to win the game? And, I'm like, I don't know. Because, I watched Kansas play BYU. Like you said, their record really their record doesn't tell how good of a team that team really is. You know what I mean? And it's just like Colorado has these little things that, they'll have one good game or it'll be like offense show up, defense show up, special teams don't show up. And it's like when you get to the end of the season like this, the team that you've been all season is going to come out. You know what I mean? Good, bad, and ugly. You know what I'm saying? And today, those bad and those ugly parts really showed their ass today. And it's like one of those things where it's like, it's another reminder, like, man, if you're doing this shit in the beginning, you just can't think that, like, over the course of the season that, you don't get a cap on it, bro. It's going to show up in some form. You know what I mean? And when it does, it's going to come at a moment where you don't want it to come. And that's exactly what happened today with them today. Like all the little shit that they don't tighten up on, it bit them in the ass for sure.
Yeah, and you saw things like I said. I've said this before. I don't know what it is, but I wish Shiloh would wrap up on the tackle. Like I'm not even talking about the targeting.
Them shoulder hits and them grab. Like, bro, wrap the helmet to the numbers, middle of the numbers of the chest, hands around the waist, and wrap up and drive. Like, I don't like this new age of tackling.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it is what it is. But dog, I appreciate it all the way from Pasadena, California. Yay, in the building. Let me go and get to these next callers in here, man, and we'll see what's going on. All right. Appreciate it. Good call right there, man. All the way from the West Coast in the building. All right, we're going to I got my man JR Boxing in here. JR Boxing, what's up with you, man? Talk to me.
Coach, what's going on with you, man?
Man, I'm good, man. Man, we in the building, man. We 10-1. I got to talk to Dave Talks Buffs a little bit. That's my boy, man. But we got to handle some business.
Dave got to get his Miami fit ready, huh?
Oh, I hope you got it iron like the first day of school. Lay it out.
Man, let me get to these Buffaloes, man. Boy, I tell you. Your last caller, man, he was kind of spot on with a lot of the stuff, saying that things that occurred throughout the year just kind of came back to him, and it just seemed like it all happened in this game. It looked like Nebraska, first half Nebraska, all over again, right? Couldn't make tackles, hitting the gap, but certain people were getting strung out. And I want to say, like, they respected the quarterback for Kansas a little bit too much. The way the front four was lined up, they played that wide nine. They had them defensive ends so wide because they wanted to keep him kind of like in the middle of the field.
Right.
But that didn't come to bite them in the butt. The running back came to bite them in the butt. So, I think they could have made an adjustment on the defensive line, kind of squeezed the ends in just a little bit kind of thing. And then just had a linebacker slow a little bit better to try to chase him down if he got on the outside. But, man, hell of a game by that number 4, Kansas State, man. He looked like, what's his name from Kansas. He looked like the guy from Kansas State.
DJ
They looked identical the way they ran the ball, man.
Man, that dude, what the funny thing about Devin Neal, that's the kid from Kansas, is he can cut on a dime running full speed. Most guys, especially as big as he is, they got to kind of shift down, gear down a little bit to make those cuts. He'd be full speed, put his foot in the ground and get missing. And he runs behind his pad like Silman Craig on that goal line. The commentator said it. You got 22 guys on the field, but it came down to those two. And Silman Craig, to his credit, he was the low man on the hit. He brought all of his weight. And Devin Neal still ran through that thing, man. And sometimes it's just what it is. It becomes physics, right? Yep. That's why people like big backs. That's why people like big backs, man.
A little bit bigger. Yeah, I questioned some of the offensive play calling throughout the game. Even though Shador had great stats.
Yeah.
Stats look good. Travis Hunter's stats look good. But I still question some of the offensive play calling, some of the longer developing routes. Will Shepherd didn't get a target until the second half of the game. So things like that, I kind of question. I feel like they could have moved Will Shepherd maybe from the outside, moved him into the slot to take advantage of that slot cornerback from Kansas. If you were going to look to get some routes across the field, I think they could have took advantage of that. But it's the long developing routes that we're accustomed to, and that love and hate relationship that I have with Shador. He holds the ball a little too long, try to extend the play, but hell of a game, man. Just got to wrap up, got to make tackles. Yeah. And salute to Kansas, man. They hung in there. A very senior-heavy team. Got a lot of five-year seniors, 6-year seniors on their team. And they digging in, man. They trying to get to a bowl game. They're trying to make their season mean something. And what they've accomplished in that Big 12, beating 3 back-to-back ranked teams, hey.
Bro, that's crazy, right?
In this next one, and they're going to get to a bowl game for sure.
Right. I like I said, I would love to talk to that coach and find out, what did you change in week 7 or week 8 that got this, like, what got you over the hump? Like I said, the biggest loss they had all year was 11 points at TCU. Other than that was 5 points, 4 points, 3 points. And then you go face the juggernauts on the back end of your schedule and you're beating them. They barely lost to K-State by 2 points, 27-29. So that's crazy. That's wild right there, bro. But anyway, I mean, we've seen crazy things this year of football. I don't think anybody can call anything straight up the way this game has been played. We've seen Notre Dame lose to NIU. Then they still ranked number 6. We see this team ranked as, undefeated Iowa State. BYU was under. It's just been crazy, bro.
Been one crazy year for sure. I mean, CU still got a glimmer of a chance. They do need some help now, but
explain that to me, boxing. Explain it to me, Jay. Explain. So what happens now? Because you got almost a 4-way tie. You got BYU, Arizona State, Colorado, and Iowa State all have 2 conference losses. So if you know, explain that to me a little bit if you know.
So the way it's going to look, so right now, Arizona State going to be at, 1, obviously, because they beat Kansas State. I mean, they beat BYU, even though BYU, they have the same record, but they got a tiebreaker over them. And so now you're looking at the pecking order of teams and who they beat on their record.
The head-to-heads.
On their schedule.
The head-to-heads.
On their schedule. The head-to-heads. So if you look at the head-to-heads, you got to look at the teams like Arizona State and CU. They've played similar teams. They've played Texas Tech. They've played Kansas. They've played who else have they played? Cincinnati. And Arizona State, I believe they lost to Cincinnati and they lost to Texas Tech. Colorado beat Texas Tech and they beat Cincinnati. So,
but they lost to Kansas. They lost to Colorado, lost to Kansas, but Arizona State beat Kansas.
Yep. And then so the other part of it, so it goes by the head-to-head of the schedule. And then after the head-to-head of the schedule, then it goes by point differential in the conference.
Gotcha.
So who has scored the most points throughout. So CU still, I mean, they still need a little help. They need, for sure, Iowa State has to lose one of these next 2 games because right now it's a 4-way tie. If Iowa State win tonight, they're pretty much –
well, they off this week.
For the most part, it may slam the door for CU because I don't think Iowa State going to lose next week, their last game. But they need a little help.
Well, I don't know. Hold on. Iowa State got 2 games. They got a game tonight against Utah. Excuse me, I said they were off, but I was wrong. They got Utah Kansas tonight State. And Kansas State. They could lose one of those games.
I don't see them losing to Kansas State, man. Iowa State got a pretty good defense. I don't see them losing to Kansas State.
Hey, bro, this ain't. Hey, well, let me tell you this before I let you go. This ain't regular football season. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know what's gonna happen. Ain't no telling, bro. But yeah, man. But yeah, I appreciate you, man. Let me get these other guys on the line. But yeah, dog, it's been an exciting season, man.
For sure, man. Hey, Canes look good, man. They sputtered a little bit against Wake Forest in the first half, but they pulled it out.
They pulled it out. I don't know about looking good, but they pulled it out. But yeah, we'll definitely talk about that.
Come on, man.
Hey, if I'm gonna be tough on this, is why I try to tell people, you're a Cane homer. No, I'm tough on my Canes, though. I expect more too. I expect a lot more, huh? But anyway, we'll definitely chop it up about my beloved Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah, I'll catch you on Wednesday. All right, Coach.
For sure, brother. All right, good call there, JR Boxing in the building. All right, got 9207 calling in. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name. Where you calling from?
What's going on, Coach? Calling from Gainesville, Florida, fellow Miami Hurricane.
Oh, boy. Hey, thank you, boy. Because when you said Gainesville, I started getting triggered. But then you said Hurricane fan. So we all right. All right. Real quick, I apologize before you get started. Chuck Watts for the $4.99 says, Coach, great show as always. I didn't like CU's defensive scheme. But that's what they've been winning with. I hate to say this to you, Chuck. That's what they've been winning with. That's how they got there. And that's what I guess that's what they do. They just met a man with a cape on today. And like I said, they had missed tackles. Unfortunately, they even put a graphic up. I want to say it was midway through the third where they showed they was already at 15 missed tackles halfway through the third quarter, And that's big right there. When you playing a running back that's that like that, he gonna make you miss some tackles. You ain't gonna just hit him. Like on that long touchdown when he cut back on Silman Craig and hit that gas. I say, boy, this is gonna be tough, boy. But appreciate you, Chuck. Thank you, man. All right, talk to me, man.
A quick question. I ain't gonna waste too much of your time, Coach.
You good?
The Heisman race, as far as the Heisman race is concerned,
Mm-hmm.
do you think the win-loss record should affect that, or do you think he had a good enough performance to solidify his position?
You talking about
Or
Travis
just
Hunter?
your thoughts on it in general, if you were making a decision?
Oh no, I think Travis Hunter clearly shows he's the best player on the football field. I do think your win-loss record does help you, but it shouldn't be the major factor. You are the major factor. It's the Heisman Trophy for the best player, not the best team, not the best team with the best player. It's for the best player. So, of course, it's hard to say you're the best player and your team is 1-9 or something like that. But for him to have right now currently 8-3, possibly 9-3 season or whatever the case may be,
Right.
I'm not mad at that at all. I think he got it. I think with Cam having a kind of down day-to-day, I didn't think he threw over 300 yards today. I think he's still on the stage. I think Cam is definitely still on the stage, but it just wasn't a great performance today. Clearly a good win, but not a great performance in regards to for Heisman candidacy.
Cool. All right, Coach. Thank you for answering the question. That's all I had to ask you, Coach.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, good call, man. Got in, got out, got gone. I love it. All right, let me go here on the next one on here. All right, I got the Ohio player in the building. Play on, player.
Hey,
play on.
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Coach Hayes? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Player, talk to me.
Okay, I'm gonna address what they call the 400-pound gorilla or the horse in the room. All this distraction about Coach Prime going to the pros, I'm telling you, that was a major deflection and a distraction all week long. That's the only thing he was hearing pretty much 24/7. Of course, and I think he needs to tell his friends to chill. I think he needs to put an ironclad on it, say, I'm not going, because it was just a major distraction. And I knew, I'm not saying that's the way to lose, why they lost, but it still was a major distraction. And hopefully he put that to bed. Hopefully he get the best contract in the world, because I believe in him in the team. The defense, it was just poor preparation. You know what I'm saying? They knew this was a running team. They should approach it like they did against UCF. If they did that, I think they would have been better off. Yes, Jimmy Horn was missed. I think Isaiah, the running back, he got banged up and hurt. And, it was a lot of stuff. DJ Kenny, I like him. I spoke highly of him. I mean, spoke good of him, but he does make some bonehead plays sometimes. He does get burnt. And, that at the end of the game was very costly. And Coach Prime understood that. That's why he took him out the game. All in all, they still control their destiny. They destiny as far as the Big 12 championship, because it's a 4-way tie. And I think, a lot of people know they lost to Kansas State by a bad non-pass interference call. And, this game was not a good one. But if Kansas or Kansas State was in that top 4, then, yes, it'd be nervous because you go by the point differential and who won, who beat whom. But they're not in there. And so I think they still control their own destiny. They just need to go ahead and beat Oklahoma State and, and to go from there. Let the chips fall as they may, as they say, and, go from there. I still think there's a good season, and I still got high hopes for this team. They can still probably make the Big 12 championship, and if they win it, go to the playoffs. I'm still being optimistic, but it was a bad defensive game all the way around.
I mean, it was just an old school. Man, I think K-State, I think Kansas at the beginning tried to test the waters, and they realized, man, let's just run this ball. And when they started to really run that ball with 4, it was nothing Kansas could really do. And here's another thing. The quarterback has the ability to keep plays alive and keep them moving. So,
right.
I mean, he didn't kill him with his arm, but he didn't kill him with his arm. He only had 189 yards, but his ability to move the thing down, and you got to respect that. So, and there was some times I thought he should have kept the ball, but go ahead. Oh, I'll talk to him.
Right. I mean, no. You're absolutely right. And this kind of reminds me a couple of years ago when they played in the Black College Football Championship against North Carolina Central. Same type of quarterback last year with Cam Ward. Athletic quarterback that if you don't spy on him, he could hurt you with his legs. And he did hurt him with his legs. Neil, and I opened up for Neil. Mm-hmm. And the run game, and they just was pushing him back. And like I said, I'm a huge fan of Shedeur Sanders, the best college quarterback. But he got back to some bad habits, holding that ball too long, and, not delivering. I would say throw the ball, so you won't have a big sack and, cost your team. But, it's a few plays, like quite a few plays, well, not many, but, at least about 3 plays that he just held that ball way too long. He probably a little bit more, but at least 3 plays he held that ball way too long. Even Travis Hunter was like, hey, I'm open. Just throw the ball. Just throw it. If you're in trouble. But, hey, it is, it is what it is. Kansas, got to take my hat off to them. They played a good game. I don't think it was the best. Colorado, Jimmy Horn didn't play. Isaiah was a little banged up, in the major distraction the whole week with Deion going to the pros. I think that can be closed shut because he knows he's from down south. He knows, what goes with that. He can't be going with Shedeur everywhere he goes. And he knows that better, and Shedeur knows that. So I wish he just tell his friends just to calm down with that. So, that's my take.
I hear you, man. Well, I appreciate your help, player. Let me go grab these next callers on the line, man. And play on, my man.
Okay,
play on.
Thank you.
All right, brother.
Okay, appreciate it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, real quick. Like I said, I'm coming to the next caller here on the line. But, he makes some valid points, I don't know about this NFL. I hear all that. I hear what he said about distractions. I don't know if there are any distractions for Colorado. I have to be very honest. As much that goes on at Colorado, I don't know if anything is a distraction. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know if this is a word, distractionless. I don't even know if you can distract these people. Like, because again, when I talk about things that are distractions to most football teams and most coaches, I always get 2 things. Well, they ain't Colorado, and Deion do it his way. So I get it. So it's a distraction if somebody else say it, but it ain't a distraction if they do. Okay. I don't want to make sure because I'm just trying to understand what are distractions and what are not distractions. You know what I mean? And here's the biggest thing. Even if it is about the NFL, he ain't leaving tomorrow. So I hear Ohio player and I do understand, respect, and I understand his viewpoint. But Colorado got distractions every week about different things, not just them, but I'm just saying, like, it's a team that most programs don't do because it's full of distractions in essence. And so that's just kind of what it is. All right, let me go to get I got a member in the building here. I got Poole. What's up with you, baby? Member on the line. Talk to me.
What's up, Coach, man? How you doing?
I'm good.
Hey, man, did you watch the game? Because I know in the beginning you couldn't watch the game because you was doing a post game for us Kane fans.
Oh, I watched it. I got so many TVs. Listen, I got TVs and monitors and everything.
Great on the ground, right?
Yeah.
By they old running back?
Yes.
Woo! Poetic justice, huh?
I guess is what you want to call it. You said they old running back.
What up? Hey, where that boy Rob at, man? I want him to bang on wax for it real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Rob not gonna call, guys. I know everybody wants Rob from Texas. He's a channel favorite. He's not going to come on. He's not going to call in. If he calls in, I will shut everybody off the phone line, and I want to hear from him. He's not going to call in.
Oh.
He's not.
So he gonna throw rocks to hide his hand, huh?
Listen, all of them do this. Right? Coach, man, you moved the goalposts, right? Okay, I don't move the goalposts. I come on after the show. I come on, and guess what? There goes the goalpost moving. I don't move the goalpost. He's moving the goalpost. Call in. Remember, he said, I'm gonna call in right after the game. Now, if they would have won, Rob would have been the first one to call in. but they don't do that.
Yeah.
See, that's why I say
They would call them and be like, Coach, I'm a subscriber.
Coach, you're disrespectful. I'm a listener. I'm a subscriber. I don't know. Whatever.
Nah, but man, Travis Hunter's performance was still outstanding, bro.
Outstanding,
That was still good for him. It sucks that he got 3 losses and it's hard. He won't get the Heisman. They just knocked him out of the Heisman run.
Yeah, there you go. You're right.
Even though I'm a diehard Kane fan and a Cam doing his thing, he still got 3 touchdowns, 2 passing, 1 rushing. But man, Travis Hunter, what he's doing is just still it's top notch.
Like I said, if I play Travis Hunter, 2 things I'm not doing. I'm not going to throw to him because he almost picked that ball off when they did the like reverse throwback thing. And the second thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to throw towards him. And the second thing I'm not going to do is not have him double covered. Like I don't understand how he's not like I don't understand how he gets open on the foot. Like when I say open, mean like nobody's around him. Like how do y'all not know? Like in that cover 2 play, the safety sat for the cover 2. The corner sat. The safety didn't even get over the top. Man, where the hell number 12 at? He should have a blinking light on his forehead.
It's called situational awareness, man. You got to know what's going on.
Bro, I'm gonna have that's my game plan. Number 12 is not gonna catch. If he catch the ball, they're all gonna be contested. You're not gonna just be running down the field. I'm not passing you off. Oh, you got him this time. No, because Shador's too accurate and 12 knows how to play this game. No, if you catch the ball, you're gonna be contested.
There's one thing I really didn't like. I didn't like how that Kansas player came and blew up Shador's knees like that.
That was terrible.
That is disrespectful.
Now, to me,
because you're trying to take this man's future away from him. Because those are life-injuring injuries right there, man.
It's a nasty.
They should have called something. That was totally. Even though he was a scrambler or a runner at that point because he was scrambling around. He was outside of the pocket, but still, at the knee level and below, I thought that was a flag, man.
So here's my thing. I hate to say this, but within the spirit of the rule, he's wrong because the ball clearly was gone. But if he was there in the tackling and they go at their leg, I don't because they call so much targeting. But for him to make that hit so low, so late, first of all, the referee crew should be sanctioned some kind of way for nobody. Think about it. Nobody threw a flag. But you could get pass interference. You could get a flag from the back judge, the side judge, the line judge, and the white hat on pass interference. But nobody saw that. Like nobody saw how. First of all, it was a late hit, and it was low.
I'm throwing that flag for Florida. You heard me?
Listen, yeah, that was, and it was malicious. It was a malicious hit too.
That is diabolical. Yeah. But hey, man, win ain't winning enough when you lose.
I heard that, man. All right, bro. Let me go ahead and pop on the rock on.
All right, yes, sir.
All right, appreciate it. All right, here we go. Okay. We got Lexus on the line. Hey, Lexus.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm doing good. Talk to me.
Well, I'm trying to look at all these football games. All my running around, I got behind and I'm recording and I'm looking at them late.
Mm-hmm.
So I see Colorado is going to lose. Obviously, I'm late because they already have lost. So I'm saying I'm late looking at it. What I saw was a really bad defensive day.
Mm-hmm.
For Colorado with some really ugly missed tackles and a good running game by Kansas. I mean, I can't take that away from them.
Excellent running game.
Neil boy had himself some kind of day.
Mm-hmm.
And the defense just was not so good. Travis Hunter was Heisman-like, you know. Unfortunately, this is a team sport. So you got to win on a team. I know the Heisman is an individual trophy, but it's a team sport. So, I mean, you know, heck, Michael Jordan would be the best player to ever pick up a basketball. To me, you can't convince me otherwise. But he didn't start winning until he got some help. Mm-hmm. So the defense really did not show up today. And they have been playing their butts off lately, which really had been holding Colorado together when the offense had their slow starts. Because the offense has a habit, let me just say, of starting slow. And I did say, as I was looking at them start slow in this game, I said, this one feel a little different. You know, I know they've been coming back against the other teams, and correcting themselves, and the defense been holding them down until they were able to do so. So I think the main reason they lost this game was they had that typical slow, ugly start. I think Kansas got up by even 17, I think it was, for a moment there, before Colorado scored, and the defense could not hold them down like they had been doing in the past games until the offense woke up, if you will.
Right.
And I saw that. This is why even when you win, you have to go back and look. I love to go back and look at games and see even why they won, and even point out the things that was kind of, ugly, even in the win, because you have to fix them things, because the longer the season go and the longer you're in it, the tougher the games you're gonna play.
Right.
And you're gonna run into some teams that, if you have a slow start like that, I think I finally said, now we're ready, Colorado. I think I said that in the third quarter, but that's a little late to be saying that, So I think that's, when they got within 2, I think it was, and and I was like, okay, here we go. Now, now we're ready. They finally started looking okay, but then Kansas came out, just literally ran the ball down their throats, and the defense just couldn't hold up today. They just had a really bad game defensively, and Kansas had a good. I'm not trying to take any think of Kansas. They actually had a good game, running game. Kansas was the scary team that made me nervous. The whole time.
And I'll say this, Lexus, that's what I was saying. Yep. Remember, I've been saying that Kansas is a scary a scary team. I didn't think that they would beat Colorado. I did not. I didn't think they would beat them. Like I said, preseason, I thought Colorado would beat them. And even this one, I said it'd be close. You know what I mean? I thought it would be close, but my goodness, boy, they made their mind up from an offensive standpoint. You know what? We're not going to play with this. We're going to put this ball in our best player's hand, and the best player on this football field, regardless of what team. And people can say what they want to say. Tonight, Devin Neal, number 4, was the best player out of the 22 on the football field at any given time. And it's just what it was. And nothing they could. I mean, Colorado they were stacking the box. Rob Livingston, the defensive coordinator, was stacking the box. I'm watching him. He put 9 in the box, and he's still popping through there. I got to give their O-line credit for the way they were blocking, and he finding the crease. That happens in football, man. You know what I mean? It just happens. And number 4 he got behind his pads and was about his business.
I agree. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to let you go because I know you got callers waiting. They put up a stat that said 2 stats that kind of made me say, oh, boy, yikes, when they said that Kansas punter was not on the field yet. And the first 7 drives, they scored 6 of them. It was like, it's just hard to win when you have that situation. And I think Kansas actually made a couple of mistakes earlier, because I really do think, I was glad they did, because they ended up having to settle for field goals, but they started trying to throw the ball when they was running the ball down Colorado's throat. And then they got in first and goal and started trying to throw it. And it didn't work. So it's like, if they had kept running, they probably would have got touchdowns instead of field goals on those 3 times where they scored 3 field goals when they was up like 23 to something like that.
Right.
When they had Colorado up by 9. I said that's those 3 field goals, but they probably would have scored touchdowns if they had just kept running the ball, because honestly, defensively, Colorado could not stop the run at all tonight. Just at all. But anyway, I hate it. I hate it for them. I hope there's some kind of way that they can still get in this championship, Big 12 championship game. Of course, they'll have to not only get in it, but win it, because they're not going to be able to have no 3 losses and be in this playoff unless that happens, because of the reserved spot for the conference champions, right? So that's the only way now at this point. So
right.
We'll see, but I still wish it. Well, hope that can happen for them, but they've had a great season, whether that happens or not. And I am proud of the ridiculously fantastic job Coach Prime has done. So that's my take on it. And I got an attitude, and I'm mad because they lost. But That's it for me. Thank you for taking my call.
No problem, Lexus. You take it easy now.
All right.
Bye, baby. All right, we got Lexus on the line. That was a good call, Lexus. I appreciate it. Anyway, there we go. Real quick, before I go to my next caller, Black Butterfly said something. Doggone it. She says, guess that's why they overlooked Shador shoving the ref. Now, I ain't see this. Now, when did he shove the ref? Y'all got to educate old Cole. I missed that one. Damn, I must have dropped my cane juice or something. Shador shoved the referee? I got to see this one now. Because, you know, I like context. So I don't know. Did he bump into him? Did he like, get off me? I want to hear this one. I gotta hear more about this. Somebody got to call in and tell me what's going on with that one. Because I did not see that at all. All right. Said during the missed call, I believe. Now, somebody got to call in and talk to me about that. All right, let me get the next call on the line. All right, Rico on the line. Rico, what's up with you, baby? You got 2 minutes.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, my brother.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Well, I'm like this, man. You know, I'm originally from Kansas. You know, I ride with both of them, K-State, KU, Wichita State, all Kansas teams. But I am a Colorado fan because of Deion. I'm not even mad about the game because I just feel like it was a neutral game. If we look at the way KU been playing, they have played lights out, man, but they've been losing by a little bit by little. And they beat Iowa State, they come back and beat BYU, and then they knocked us off. So here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona State is the #1 team, man, in the Big 12. And we better recognize that, man. You know what I mean? So even if they don't get to the championship game, which is highly likely that they won't, they're going to still get a good, decent bowl game because they can probably, if they beat Wisconsin at home, Oklahoma State at home next weekend, they're going to get a good bowl game. But I'm proud of them, man.
Right.
I mean, what Shador does, he really upsets me. And he's really, tell you the truth, man, I like the dude. He's a good, accurate guy, but he's not the #1 quarterback coming off the board first. And the reason why I say that, you cannot hold that ball for so long and not throw it away. You got the wrong quarterback coach or something. It's not teaching you something, man. You know, Cam Ward is it's likely going to be the #1 quarterback come off the board. And I believe that. And no other quarter. Then Shador may be 5 or 6 down the road. He ain't gonna go to New York because his dad ain't gonna let him go to New York. He's not going to New York. He'll probably go to the Raiders, and he ain't going to Cowboys. And everybody think Deion Sanders keep telling you when he first got in the college league with the Colorado Buffaloes, he is not going to the NFL because he don't have he can't coach grown men like he can.
Hold on, Rico. Hold on, Rico. Did you just call the Cowboys the Child Boys?
They are the Child Boys. but listen though, Coach Hayes, for real talk, man. Mm-hmm. You remember when Deion said he ain't going to the NFL?
You just call the Cowboys the Child. I'm listening. Go ahead. Don't listen to your TV. Okay. No, don't listen to your TV, Rico.
I got to turn my TV down. Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Deion is not going away because you better believe Buffalo is finna come out their pocket. They already know the talk is already, man, I'm telling you, they finna come out their pocket on the next game or this game right here.
Okay.
They're gonna pay him because they know people want it. He's not going anywhere, man. He already said, man, I'm not following my kids follow me.
But Rico, can I say this? Rico,
I'm so sick of Stephen A. Smith. I'm sick of Michael Irvin. I'm sick of Cam Newton.
Rico.
I'm sick of all of them, man.
Rico, I'm gonna say this, and I gotta roll, but I'm gonna say this to you, Rico. I hear that. Coaches lie all the time. They do. I'm not saying that Deion is going, but please, I wouldn't be shocked if he did. I wouldn't be shocked if he did. I wouldn't be shocked if he did.
I'll tell you why he's not going this year. I'll tell you why he's not going next year. Why would you get Juju Smith?
I knew you were gonna say
play
that.
for you, and his daddy really likes you, and he's gonna coach this young man. He is not going anywhere. But did you realize how many pop stars he got out of high school coming to Florida next year? Have you seen it? It's unbelievable.
I know, and guess what? I get that. I'm not saying, okay, I want this to be clear, because people, for some reason, maybe I don't articulate myself well when I say things, because people hear something totally different. I am not saying that Deion Sanders is going somewhere. What I want you to understand is, just because, and I knew you were going to bring up the Juju Smith thing, just because he got Juju Smith to commit, or maybe even sign, coaches do this all the time. Right? It's Deion Sanders. I get it. But he's Coach Prime. Guess what? Coach Prime had all those kids. Watch this. What I'm going to tell you. Coach Prime had all those kids come to Jackson State. Am I right or wrong? They left their respective program and came to Jackson State. Am I correct?
You know why?
Hold on. Wait, no.
Left Jackson State?
Hold on. No. I'm not asking about why he left. Just hear this. Am I right or wrong? He had players leave and come to Jackson State. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. And he got up, packed his bags, and went to Colorado. And he didn't bring all those kids. It's a coaching, it's part of the business. You're going to disappoint somebody whether you leave or you understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he's going to leave, but I want it to be clear. If he does, I wouldn't be shocked. If he stays, I wouldn't be shocked.
I'm going to tell you this one last thing, Coach.
All right, go ahead, brother.
He left Jackson State because they was underpaying him. Not only that, they was
no. I don't care. I don't care about why he left. Hear me out. Listen.
That man, the kids was eating garbage food.
Rico.
People don't realize he went to. I understand what you're saying about he.
Yeah, but I know why he left. I know why he left.
He's not going nowhere.
I know that. I know why he left.
He's not going nowhere. You remember the other day he had an interview with one of the Colorado's alumni. He had a laptop in his hand and he was talking to them. He said, "Man, look at this." He said, "Man, I'm happy where I'm at, man. Look at this mountains behind us." He love it, man.
Guess what?
But anyway,
they all say this. They all say these things, man. Okay, I'll tell you a quick secret. And I know y'all don't like the comparison, but everybody like to bring Miami up. When Mario Cristobal was at Oregon, at the end of that game, they asked him, "Hey, there's rumors you're going to Miami." He denied it. He had a room full of recruits upstairs that he was recruiting to Oregon. And guess what happened?
Well, who wouldn't want to leave a cold man to go to Miami, man, with all the pretty girls in the white sand and all that? Who would not want to leave here?
You're right, Rico. All right, you're right. And listen, I'm not saying those are not valid reasons for him to stay. All I'm saying to you is, before I let you go, I would not be shocked if he did, because just like the Juju Lewis and all that stuff, that's great. But unfortunately, guess what? At some point in life, he's going to do something, whether he retires or whatever. Somebody's going to be disappointed. It's just, that's part of the coaching business. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay. I understand. Let me say this last thing, and I'm gonna let you go.
All right.
I feel in my gut, man. I felt something about this game.
I
ain't gonna tell you no lie. I felt in my gut, man, all week. I knew Kansas was gonna get them, man. People overlooking because they. That's why I tell people, man, most of the time, don't look at a person's record. What you have to look at is any given Saturday, any given Sunday. My Kansas City Chiefs lost. They played a terrible game in Buffalo. Mm-hmm. Any given Saturday, any Sunday, somebody's going to lose. Mm-hmm. Somebody's going to win. But I'm not sad about this game like I would normally be. I just feel like I knew in my spirit, man, in my gut. Mm-hmm. And I love you, brother.
I love you too, man.
Peace, man.
All right. Peace, brother. All right. Shout out to Rico in the building, man. All right. Hold on. Okay. All right. Let me go to the next caller here on the line. All of the members are out the way. And I'll just say this last thing before I open it up again. I'm just saying that I understand people think because they get these kids, that is part of business, right? That's just what it is. Unfortunately, right? That's just what it is. Because you have to remember this, a lot of coaches, and I'm just speaking of the coaching profession, they still going to recruit their team because nothing is inked yet. So I'm not going to lose out on a potential prospect because I think I may want to do something different, right? Because we see believe it or not, more deals fall apart than they go through. You only hear about them because they went through, right? And if they don't go through, you know what the coach says? I mean, why would I leave? I love it here. Blah, blah, blah. That's what they're trained to do. But if it goes through, think about how many coaches get disappointed. Let's look at Jed Fish, for example, at Arizona. Jed Fish brings in who? Jed Fish brings in T-Mac. He brings in Fafita, the quarterback. He left them behind and went to Washington. He brought them in. They're still there. The number one receiver, they said they're not leaving. He left them behind. It's just part of the business. And you got to make a decision at the end of the day. Again, I'm not saying that he's going to leave, but I wouldn't be shocked, and I wouldn't be shocked if he stayed. All right, let's go to the next caller. I'm taking them in order as they come. All right, 4507. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from. 4507.
Hello.
Yes.
Hey, yeah, Coach. I appreciate the call. Answering the call. Look,
thanks.
You asked about the pushing of the ref.
Yes.
That took place when they had the altercation, man, right toward the end of the game, when the defensive line was like they was stepping all over Shador when he was on the ground and stepping on him. When they jumped up, man, he was right behind the ref, and he his forearm kind of went forward, lunged forward, and pushed the ref, man. The ref back was turned to him. You know what I'm saying? It didn't come when he was facing him. He was standing behind him and pushed him. Yeah, that's what took place. That's what everybody.
Because I remember that play. I remember the play when he got sacked. But I guess I must have turned away after he got sacked, and all that happened. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all that took place then. But like I said, man, I think I'm just listening to everybody, and I get it, and I get exactly what you're saying, man. Coaches do it all the time. That's like you said, it's a part of the business. That's that dark side of the business, man, that fans just can't take. But the thing that I'm trying to say is that the offensive line. See, I told everybody in my house that Kansas offensive line was the line that they never, to me, had met all season. And these boys, man, was pushing back. They were pushing back. If you notice, man, not one time did they really, really just get after the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And then they running backs, all of the running backs, Neal and the quarterback, they patient runners.
Mm-hmm.
They patient runners, man. If you watch, I watched them. And I showed them, I was sitting here looking with it. I said, watch how patient the runners are, man. They wait for their block. And we're talking about 5-6 year seniors. And they literally was more ready for this game than Colorado. They've been waiting on this. If you see their attitude, man, they was mean-spirited on there, like you're supposed to be in football. They weren't worried about who Colorado was. They weren't worried about who Deion Sanders was. And I'm one of the biggest fans ever. I love it, what's going on in Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
But you have that opportunity, man, when you get punched in the mouth, either you're going to not look shocked and punch back, or I don't know what you're going to do from that point, because they didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting here watching the whole thing. Even Rob Livingston was shaking his head like he didn't have an answer.
Right.
Pat Shermer, questionable calls. You know, all of this was taking place, man. Yes, they were shooting and hitting Travis Hunter. But don't forget, you had all them other receivers, man. Draylon Miller caught a touchdown. You had, I don't think all the receivers, they got away from the game plan to me, man. It's like they Kansas City run game took them out of their own game plan for the offense, man. I don't know what took place, but whatever it was, it didn't work.
I'll tell you this, brother. I'll tell you this. And I've been on that side, and I've been on the side giving it, and wait a minute. I got to be careful how I say stuff. Y'all run with it. I've been on the side running the ball, and I've been on the side of the ball being run on me. And when you running the ball and they can't do anything about it, it's the best feeling in the world. When you see that coach on the other side throw his hat down, he fussing and cussing, you like, I got him. But when you on the other side and they running the ball and ain't nothing you can do about it, bro, it's like that's the most helpless feeling in the world. You putting 8, 9 in the ball, you blitzing corners, you leaving receivers wide open, and they still getting 3-4 yards. That's a helpless feeling, man. That's a helpless feeling.
Because you got to look up at the clock, and now that's your other enemy because that clock just dwindling down. And before you know, time is running out, man. And that's the greatest weapon of it all. That's a valuable commodity, man. It's that clock.
Right.
And the other one more thing. Speaking of clock, man, why would you get a penalty that puts you back 1st and 20, and you refuse the penalty, knowing that you need every chance and opportunity you can get to stop the run? So if you got 1st and 20, why not take it and back in their own? I mean, that put them back at their own 11-yard or 10-yard line. If you would have just took the penalty, that would have gave you a more opportunity to stop the run. But he refused it.
I saw that.
Then, I mean,
I don't know.
It's just unexplainable things that was going on. And I understand having confidence, but confidence don't win games, bro. Game planning. And you got to play according to what they're giving you, man. He always said, we're going to take what they give me. Well, you got to also do the same, man, when it comes to defense.
Yeah.
I mean, they gave you a 10-yard penalty, but you didn't want it.
Yeah. Listen,
I mean, it's
tough.
It's unbelievable.
It's tough, man. But I appreciate it, man. I do thank you for the call. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right now. Good call right there. And like I said, that happens, right? Sometimes you try to take those penitentiary chances and it backfire on you. I don't know. When he declined it, I was like, why would he decline that? But hey, he the head coach. I'm just a dude on YouTube. 11:05. This is my dog right here. Man, I got to put his name in here. Is this Jamel from DC?
Man, you know who it is, Coach.
Hold on. Let me put your name in here because you call. Hold up. All right.
I got something.
Because what happened is when y'all hang up and they go away, I can't go back in. Jamel, what's happening with you, man? Talk to me.
Let's talk about it, Coach. Man, we just gonna keep it spade and spade. Colorado, over the last couple of years, even Deion was at Jackson State, he's doing great, getting these skill position guys. But the way to always beat his team is in the trenches, right? That's where his team's lack, right? So somebody mentioned when they lost to North Carolina Central, Jackson State. I was at that game in Atlanta. The game was one of the crazy games I've been to. Central was nowhere near as talented as Jackson State, but they just play smash mouth football. They just was like, we're gonna be physical. So over this last stretch, Colorado been striking because teams have been trying to have shootouts with Colorado. You ain't beating Colorado having no shootout. Not when you got Shador, who's arguably one of the top 2 accurate quarterbacks in college football. And then you got Travis Hunter, who, my God, can't nobody stop him, right? So you're not going to beat him that way. But if you put your foot in the ground and say we're going to be physical, that's the way to beat Colorado. And I think what probably happened is Kansas State looked at film the same way they looked at film on Miami. And the reason I'm comparing the two is because it's 2 explosive offense that like to get the ball in their receivers' hands, right? And what winds up happening is we got to slow Shador down, keep him off the field, as well as we got to figure out a way to scavenge their defense. And so what they did was they attacked Colorado on the ground. And the game would have been a lot worse if Kansas, because for a little moment in the game, Kansas started throwing the ball. Don't know why, but they started throwing the ball. They would have ran, let's just say, the whole game. They might have won by 3-4 scores.
Bro,
Coach.
that dude might have had, listen, he might have had to go in and get oxygen at halftime because he would have had probably around 300. Rushing 350.
Easy.
Yeah. No, but there was a time, but to give that coach his credit, he went outside of the game plan for a little bit, and then he said, you know what? No, I ain't finna play this game because 12 done almost picked this off. Let's go and put it back in 4 hands. And that's what they did. They controlled the clock.
You can't. Not with that dude, Travis Hunter, dude's special. You can't throw the ball near him. The way he covered ground when he beat and all that stuff, and then his balls in terms of getting interceptions, you can't. Not no Big 12 receivers against him. So I think that's the kind of the thing. And I mean, I don't know, man. Colorado just got to beat themselves. I think they got Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State a running team too, though. So Oklahoma State, if they decide to get physical, I don't know if they got the defense to stop Colorado, but if they decide to get physical, that could pose some problems for Colorado as well. My last point, if I go, Coach, I heard them talking about Shador. They said a lot of the same things that we say about Cam Ward. Guess what? They both got the same quarterback coach. They hold the damn ball too long. Both of them do it. They make some spectacular plays, but
Y'all-
at the same time,
y'all tough,
they so
boy.
used to making the spectacular plays that they don't know when to just like, I'm like, bro, take what they give you. Them plays gonna come. That they hold the ball. That may be something that they coach teach them. I don't know. Like this, it's always a opportunity or something like that down the field. But they gotta learn how to get up off that ball, coach.
Bro,
Sorry, that's
Oklahoma
just
State. Bro, Oklahoma State lost today, 56-48
Who?
to Texas Tech.
That's the Big 12 for you, though, coach. Everybody beating everybody over there.
And listen, Ollie Gordon had 15 carries.
carries.
Listen, Ollie Gordon had 15 carries for 156 yards and 3 touchdowns. Jesus.
They only gave it to him 15 times. You see what I'm saying? The Big
Yeah.
12 weird like that. Everybody beating everybody over there. That's why I think Colorado could either put the beats on Oklahoma State next week, or if Oklahoma State plays physical, they may pose a threat to Colorado.
Right.
I don't know though. It just depends. Like the Big 12 is like, I don't know. It's a toss up over there, man.
All right, well, Jamel, man, I appreciate it, man. Let me rock and roll and get up off this line here. I got a couple of more callers here.
Real quick, hey coach,
Mhm.
I need V12 info. Check your gram. Check your DM. Send me. You know my. You see my gram, Joe.
Yeah.
V12 info. What's V12 gram?
On what? He don't have no.
Since
He don't have it.
Man, what do you got? Facebook or something? Oh,
Man,
yeah.
that boy still got MySpace.
Nah, come on, man.
He only got one friend on there, Tom. You know Tom that be looking back like that? He got
Yeah,
Tom.
like
He got
it.
Tom on that thing. But anyway, let me DM me what? What'd you DM me on Twitter or what?
I'm about to hit you on the ground right now.
Oh, Instagram. My bad. I ain't cool. All right, my bad. You said the gram. My bad.
The cane juice. All right, I'm messaging you right now.
That thing
You
biting.
just give it to me.
All right, yeah. Hey, do me a favor.
All
Send me
right.
your stuff and I'll send it over to him to holler at you.
All right.
Okay. All right, man. Good call right there. It's right Jamel right there from DC in the building, man. Long time supporter. All right, here we go. Let's go to 1247 was next in line. 1247. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
What's up, coach? It's me, Cedric again. One from St. Louis, live in Alabama.
Cedric, what's up,
good?
man?
We talked last time, man.
Yes, sir. Talk to me,
Had a
man.
little conversation. Yeah, man, I'm hurt, big dog.
Uh-oh.
I'm hurt.
Okay.
I'm hurt.
Okay.
But like I told myself before they even played, if they lose every game after this, I still feel like it's an improvement. I do give them over Oklahoma. That's just the way it go. I give them that win over that. I don't know if they make it to the college football playoffs at this point because I know they need help. I know BYU lost. They're gonna need Utah to beat Iowa. Yeah, they're gonna need some help again. With that being said, even if they do make it to the college playoffs, I don't give them past the first round based off what I've seen, unless they make some huge changes. I need to see some creativity in the run game. I think they only ran it like 8 attempts, right? And then the biggest thing for me was the size of K-State offensive line. Really revealed some things. Like them guys were huge. And they could just manipulate Colorado however they want to do when it comes time to run the ball. And so that really kind of highlighted some things for me. And so I need Colorado to figure out, they know they don't got a run game. So they got to run the ball, not to get yards, but to create different looks. And they got to stick to the game plan. Right here during this game, I didn't know what the game plan was, right? You're going against a team that you clearly can't stop the run game. All right, we can't stop it. No matter what we do, how are we going to compete? Do what you do best. You got a Travis Hunter, you got a Shador. You got to figure out how to get the ball to your receivers.
You know what's
and
funny?
So I really just didn't know what I didn't. Oh, go ahead.
No, finish your point, please. Finish your point.
No, I really just didn't know what type of direction that they were going to, and I just felt like they just crumbled. Like coaching crumbled, bad calls, bad penalty calls. It was just crazy. Then it was so funny. The first play was a screenplay. That's how I knew they did their homework. Because Colorado was doing those screenplays and getting off. They turn around and put their same move on them and get super effective.
You know what's funny? I'll just say this because you brought this up. I looked at the total, but now I'm looking at the individual. Shador was 4 for 26. I know he had some long runs. But Augusta had 2 carries for 11 yards. Dalen Hayden had 4 carries for 5 yards. And Michael Welch had 2 carries for 1 yard. That's 17 total yards of offense rushing the ball outside of the quarterback run. That in essence is technically, I didn't see a design run there. I think he scrambled, got out the pocket, and got up the field. And here's what I'll say: adversity, right? You're down by 17. There's a huge game, and people do what? People go back to what they think they can get them there. And sometimes you got to keep just chopping wood, dog. Keep chopping wood. Yeah. I know it sounds like, man, I got to move faster. No, keep your steady pace. Don't go too fast. Don't go too slow. Keep your steady pace. Keep chopping, and you'll get through it. But some people can't weather the storm, and they panic. And so I got to get the big play. I got to get the play down the field. And sometimes players do that. That's why Shador was holding. He's waiting for a guy to get open. And I have to say this. Damn, he's gotten a lot better of evading the sack. Because it was a lot of times he's supposed to have been in the hole. Like he's supposed to. Like he's gotten, yeah, and he's making subtle. And here's why I say he's gotten better. Before he would panic and try to run and get out of there. Now he's just making subtle step up. And you can see him get his shoulders skinny and slide up in there because he used to make big movements and he will go fall into the mousetrap when he just slide through. So he's gotten better at evading the sack, but he hasn't got, but he still got to get that ball out when the time is running out, because why he gets away with it, because there's time he does hold the ball, a guy pops open. He's accurate enough to make that throw to keep the chains moving. So I don't know. We'll see. But, man, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no problem. I just want them to clean up the little things and come up with a creative way to win. Sometimes that one way that you can develop to be near unstoppable, I think that's what they need to figure out. They need to figure out, what do we do better than any other team in college football, and let's hone on that. Sure. And build everything around that. You get what I'm saying? You got number one Heisman, you got a good QB, and you got to get something going with the running game and build around that. When you go against teams you have no solution for. Tonight, they had no solution to stop the run game.
They couldn't do it.
None. Not even, hey, let's get quick passes off, quick 6-7 yards, quick sideline passes, and try to move the ball up. And then they didn't even go for a field goal, and they right there on a fourth down. Like, get something.
That's what remember I said you start to panic because you're like, okay, I'm starting to panic because, oh my God, I'm sorry. I had the Alabama game on, great play, and he blew it. No, that was Oklahoma. I'm sorry, I got the colors mixed up. Oh my good. Anyway, no, but to your point, they start to panic, and remember, and I said this about Coach Prime. I said, bro, he's even gotten better as a coach, not going for it. Remember last week they punted 8 times. Right. They kept themselves in the game, having opportunities, so forth. Like I said, if you got a field goal, get the 3-point, because there was a point in time where they were trading field goals for touchdowns, and that's why Colorado got within the 2 points. And I said, oh man, because think about it, you up 17-0, and Colorado gets within 2 points of that before the half. I'm like, man, that's tough work right there. And then all of a sudden, you came out and it just didn't happen, man. It just didn't turn into anything. But wow.
Well, I appreciate you. I just want to, talk and vent to you a little bit. I'm really liking your content as of lately. And,
I appreciate it, man.
If they be done for the rest of the year, I think I'm really looking forward to next year. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping they get some bigger bodies, and it seems like they will. They're gonna have, Juju Lewis, if he stay committed, right? Gonna have a good QB, build up the wide receiver room, really focus on getting some big bodies on the offensive line, defensive line, and hopefully they can keep Rob going. I'm not really sold on Pat. I really think we need a new offensive coordinator, but hey, that may be something else. I don't see enough creativity in the run game. And so there needs to be a healthy balance, right? And so I need to see more quick pocket plays, quick, throw out plays, right? And that impact in that run game. And so I don't know if he's really there yet.
Right.
A lot of people say he really didn't have that great of a NFL career. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. So, Prime always going to do his thing in the transfer portal and look like he's doing some good things so far with recruiting. So we'll see.
I got you. All right, man. Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for calling in, brother.
Oh, yeah.
All right. All right. Truckin' Chubby, what's up, man? Call in, Truckin'. I got to holler at you, man. Call in, Truckin'. I got to holler at you. Real quick, I got another call. If anybody else wants to call in, 862-799-9956. The queue is down pretty low right now. I got 2 callers on here. So, well, really 1 caller. So I got 1 call on here left. So if you want to call in now. The queue is extremely low. And that's, I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, but we'll see what's up. Because I want to talk about some 1348 coming to you right now. Talk to us.
Yeah, Coach. Hey, this is Chris in New Orleans, man.
Chris in New Orleans. All right, Chris, talk to me.
Yeah, time listening to first time caller. Look, man, I want to make some quick points right quick and get off.
Okay.
And the first point I want to make is this was doing a lot of holding in that game, and a lot of calls weren't called. And I'm not trying to be, whatever, but there was a lot of holding going on, and it wasn't called. And at the same time they were doing that, Colorado kept playing this zone concept, playing the pass, playing coverage. And, me and my wife's here, my sister, we're like, why aren't they doing more run blitzes, playing heavy run, and make the Kansas back beat them? And they just refused to do that the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why they didn't do that. Secondly, a lot of those Kansas players, a lot of them were 5 and 6 year players. So a lot of those guys are going to the NFL. And so when Colorado have to understand, when these teams come up to play them, he was saying this is every other team Super Bowl. Well, this is every other team chance to tell a story to their kids. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to the NFL, so they can say, hey, yeah, we beat 10 years down the line. This guy Devin Neal is working at, he might. I don't know if he's going to the NFL. If he's an NFL running back, I think they got the Kobe Bryant dude. But other than that, I don't see anybody else on their team going to the NFL. So they're going to play above and beyond to get that win. You get what I'm saying?
So you're saying you don't know, outside of the running back, you don't know if there's any other players that are
outside
NFL
of the
caliber.
cornerback, the Bryant dude, and then they had, I guess the guy Devin Neal, he may get drafted now because on the big stage, he showed up, ran for like 200-something yards, 4 touchdowns. So you had like maybe 10 different teams, scouts on the field. And, mostly there for Colorado, but of course the Kansas players know that. So they're going to play above and beyond trying to get noticed. You get what I'm saying?
So here's what I'll say. You say, Chris, this is your first time calling and your first time listening?
No, long time listener, first time caller.
Okay.
No, I listen to you sometime.
Okay.
I hear your takes. I know what you,
Okay.
my wife too. And I say, you know what? I'm going to call this dude Hayes tonight.
All right. Well, thank you, Chris, and thank you, Miss Chris. I'll say that for watching. But here's what I'll say about Devin Neal. And here's why I tell people. So this is why I love football. I'm a Miami Hurricane fan. Y'all know that. But tonight, I will watch at 10:30 tonight. San somebody state play such and such state university. Here's why I say that. Devin Neal was a highly touted, is a highly touted running back. He definitely going to the league. And not because of today. He was 1,000-yard rusher last year. He broke 1,000 yards this year. No, but the reason I'm bringing this up, and I like to bring these things up because I know sometimes, and I'm not accusing you of this, but this is a general statement. A lot of times people, they watch their team and they don't take the time to look into other teams. And so because Kansas is bad, you think they don't have this dude a legitimate NFL running back. Like, he's legit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so
he proved it tonight. I give him that.
Yeah, he proved it tonight. The dude already had he had 920. He had 926 yards coming into this game. And he put up 207? So 200 tonight. So he's at 1126 right now. He went from 926 to 1126. No, but I'm just telling you.
Wow.
So he's a legitimate running back on that team. So I just want to kind of just clarify that a little bit. But I get what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But at the end of the day, that's why we play the game. We don't play on paper. This is why you play the games.
Yeah. Look, let me make one quick point. I want to say this.
Mm-hmm.
Colorado, like the other guy was saying, is not a finished product in the trenches. Okay. They have the linemen coming. You can see the size difference. Like the guy said, Kansas, they had a lineman the size of, what's his name, Jordan. Every lineman on their line was the size of Jordan Keaton. Okay. And vice versa on the defensive line. I would surmise Coach Prime to, like Cordell Stewart is from this area, and you're using all these other players. I would send Cordell down here to Louisiana and try to get some of these linemen that Alabama always get. Because a lot of players that come out of Louisiana go to Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
And, Nick Saban stayed in the state. And I think he needs to you got the skill guys. You need to start getting some of these animals from down south on the defensive line and the offensive line. And I think that'll put him over the hump.
Gotcha.
In the future. All right, Coach A, take care, man.
Thank you, Chris. And tell your wife I said thank you as well, man. All right, good call right there. Chris from Louisiana, baby. All right, let me go here. I got 3012 on the line. 3012. Call or talk to us. Give us your name. Where you calling from?
Yeah, this Trucking Chubby. What up, Coach?
Good. Trucking. Do me a favor. I got a caller after this. Let me switch y'all because I want you to be the last caller, if you don't mind.
All right.
That's cool? You're in a rush.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. All right. Appreciate it. All right. I'm going to lock this phone line here because I'm getting off in an hour and a half.
The conference has been locked.
Anyway, but I'm going to take this other call, 2896. 2896. Call or talk to us. Give us your name. Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm back, man. I had to come in on the Colorado show.
All right. Who is this?
John from South Carolina.
Oh, okay. All right. Talk to me, John. What's up?
Well, first of all, let me just say this. Congratulations to Colorado on a really good season. I had them going 5-7 this year, and they exceeded my expectations. So congratulations to them, first of all, on a good season.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the game, just some of the same stuff that kind of showed up last year and the beginning of this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think with this game, Kansas was really able to run the football effectively and keep the ball out of Shedeur Sanders' hands. And even though he had a good game, there were some drives where the offense stalled, mainly because their offensive line had moments where they couldn't quite hold up against that defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was the difference in the game.
Okay.
I want to approach this from a big perspective, and I'm just going to be I'm gonna make this real quick. I think this game hurts a lot more than what people realize. And I'm saying this from a big picture perspective when it comes to these playoffs. I am looking at all of these games that's going on so far. Boise State right now is going at the half to Wyoming, tied at 10. Alabama's in a dogfight. Texas A&M is getting walloped right now. And you still got next week.
Mm-hmm.
This, even if Colorado wins this game, if Colorado would have been able to find a way to win this game, and just even if they don't make it to the Big 12, but win this game and the next game, I think they have an outside shot to get in the playoffs, because now you're looking at all these teams that are dropping like flies, and you still got one more week left.
I don't know. The only reason I say that is because the teams that are dropping, you have other teams that are still so high. Think about it. You have a Colorado that in essence was ranked 16. If they don't make it, it just happens. If they don't make it to the Big 12 conference game to win it, I think it's very hard for them to get in, because they will be ranked. So, because think about it, they're ranked 16 and they lost to a unranked 4-6 Kansas. They might be out of the
Fair
top
enough.
25, if not 25. Somewhere it'll be late 20s, if not out of the top 25. So that would be very interesting. That think about this. You can have an unranked team out of the top 25 be in the conference championship. How big would that be?
And here's the crazy thing. This is why this game was a lot bigger than what people think, because if Colorado can find a way to win this game,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to move up a few spots, because there are teams that are going to drop this week. Texas A&M is going to drop major, and they were one team, one ranked team ahead of them.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee still has to play Vanderbilt next week. That is not a given.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama has to play Auburn next week. That is not a given.
Mm-hmm.
And even now, Alabama is still having a game with Oklahoma, so that's not a for sure thing as well.
Right.
So, and then South Carolina Clemson plays each other next week. So the winner of that puts themselves in a good position to possibly sneak in on the back end.
Right.
So it's just one of those deals where, I'm not, and nothing's guaranteed. So don't get me wrong, nothing's guaranteed. So I'm just speaking in hypothetical. But as far as Coach Prime and what he has done this year, I have to tip my hat to him. Because for a majority of the season, they were able to find a way to work around their lack of size in the trenches, if that makes sense. For the most part.
Yeah, no, I get it. I totally get it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And let me tell you this, that number, and I know he's undersized as a safety, but that number 7 can play on Colorado.
Silman Craig, I like him. He pops off the tape.
Oh, man.
He pops off the tape. He's aggressive. He's in coverage. He's in the run fit. He ain't scared to put his hat in the spot. He's always around the football. I mean, I like him. He's really popped off the tape this year for Colorado. He really has.
And you can tell he watches film, and you can tell that he's very instinctive.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those running plays, man, listen, if it wasn't for the fact that it was Neal, a lot of those plays would have been 1-yard losses, 2-yard losses, maybe no gains or anything like that. It's just unfortunate he went up against a very talented quarterback this week, and sometimes it's about Jimmy and Joe's, and he's just a little light to me. I think, isn't he under 200 pounds or something like that?
Neal probably about 210.
No, not Neal, the safety.
Oh yeah, he is a little. Yeah, Neal is 5'11", 208. I don't know what Silman Craig is. Let me see quick before I let you go. 185. Yeah, he's a little light for the fight. Yeah.
Yeah,
and it showed right there. It showed at the goal line, right? Like that goal line stand.
Yeah.
I mean, he came in there with everything he had. He was in the right position. He was the low man on the tackle. And Devin Neal, he just ran that thing over. But yeah, man. Yeah, I was saying, give me your last point. I got to get Truck and Chubby on here, and I got to get these good, bad, and uglies out of here before I get out of town.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. But yeah, it's just like I said, it's just one of them things where I just think where Kansas was able, they had the players to take advantage of the weaknesses that Colorado had, and it just kind of shows today. But Colorado overall don't have anything to hang their heads, down about. They still got an outside shot. It's just unlikely, but
yeah,
hey, it is what it is at this point.
I love it, man. All right, brother. Well, I thank you, man, again for calling back in, man. And we'll get this thing rocking. Let me holler at Trucking Chubby off in here, man.
For sure.
I appreciate it. All right, good call. Another good call, man. Real quick, about to wrap this up. I've already taken the phone number down. Black Butterfly, I had to give you something, man. Here's the funny thing, because I know you're an Auburn fan as well. Here's the funny thing. Auburn been down. And they taking on one of the top SEC schools and whooping them. I'm telling you, college football this season should be called unpredictable. Unpredictable. Because, see, this is what Vegas make all their money on stuff like this, right? Texas A&M, Auburn. They don't. Oh, they're not gonna cover, and this the kind of stuff that happens, man. So that's what it is. But let me get Truck and Chubby on the line. Truck and talk to me, man. What's up with you, brother?
What's up, Coach? What's going on, man? Long time no hear from you. What's going
Man,
on?
I've been busy as a beaver, man. But listen, what's up with you, man? What's your thoughts on it? First of all, I wanted Truck and Chubby to come on. He got a channel. He goes on YouTube, so they can find you on where? Is it Truck and Chubby?
Mm-hmm. Sports with Truck and Chubby.
Sports with Truck and Chubby, man. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. Go over and subscribe and all that great stuff. Hit the notification bell and all that good stuff. But what's your thoughts on this, man? Because I know you cover Colorado as well.
Oh man, look, man, I was upset about the loss, man. You know, at the beginning of the season, preseason prediction, I took Colorado to lose this game, but today on my Saturday picks, I took Colorado to win this game. I just didn't like the way they couldn't establish the line of scrimmage, Coach, man. At the point of they was getting pushed back at the point of attack on the defensive line. They couldn't get it, and they've been improved so much. And to see Chidozie not be getting pushed back like that today, man, I didn't like that at all, Coach. I must be honest, man. You know, lately they've been on a roll, and today I think they just got out physical, man. Just to sum it all up, man. You know what I mean? Just let me be blunt and truthful, man. They got bullied today, Coach. Let me just keep it real, man. They just got bullied today, man.
Yeah, that's what the running game does, Trucking. Like, if you can run the ball and you can't stop it, because you can't bring but 11 players on the field, and you can't stop it, bro, that's a terrible feeling, bro. Terrible feeling. You know, because the thing about passing the ball, a lot of things got to go right for you to be successful. The snap, the block, the throw, the catch, the defensive cover scheme, all that dictates a lot on a pass. But when you run the ball and we go straight ahead, it is what it is. You know what I mean? And there's nothing you can do about it. To your point, that's a great one-word thing. Bully, dog. It was just yeah. The block bully was getting bullied on that one. Yeah, they was double teaming.
Yeah, he was.
Bro, they was even had foot. See, this stuff a lot of people look at. They even had foot-to-foot splits on some of that stuff. They didn't even have the 1.5 yard split. They had, bro, they had foot-to-foot split sometimes, double teaming, smashing cat. That stuff make a difference, bro.
Yeah, dude. They came out physical. They at the point of attack. That line was eating, and that Kansas line came to play today. And we couldn't do nothing in that linebacker, man. I think at one point, I seen Keaton Wade playing middle linebacker. Coach, what was that about?
Yeah, you saw Wester playing. You saw the brother playing, Wester. Yeah, he was playing. So it's amazing, man. But it's football, bro. Like, this is football. You know what I mean? And so you try to. You try your best to analyze this stuff and look at it, but at the end of the day, you got to play the game, dog. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I try to be honest with the people who are watching who watch my content and not give them false hope about the team and things that could be wrong and kind of give them a little insight on things that games that may happen like this, like a good offensive line. Like this line that Kansas had versus the defensive line that just been put together of Colorado that Colorado has, and kind of give them a little insight on that. Like, games like this may happen. You know what I mean? If you're facing an offensive line as such as today, instead of telling them, oh, it's going to be a 10-2 season, or the running back Shador's going to have another 400 or 500 yard game, or however that go. I don't like to do that. I like to keep it real, as you know, Coach. But man, I must say, Coach, man, I didn't expect to see this, Coach. I just didn't. I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you, Coach. I didn't expect. So
here's what I'll tell you, right? In response to that, I thought Colorado would win, but I did say as they got closer to this game, and I looked at Kansas. I said this in a couple of shows. This team's scary, bro. And it came to show us that. And you talked about keeping it real. And contrary to popular belief, that's what I try my best to do on this show. People don't want to believe that, but that's what I try to do. Like, if you really think about this, I've been on here an hour and 34 minutes now. I ain't say I told you so. I'm looking for Rob. And shout out to NASA. NASA told me, he said, Coach, it ain't that you hate Colorado. You hate the fans. I don't really even hate the fans. I hate the Colt members. Because You can't talk to them, but they'll come around like when things are great, and when it's not, they don't want to just talk. Let's talk. And here's what's funny, and I'll just say this to you, Trucking, because I think you can understand this. You really can respect what I'm about to say. If I came on here to pick on Rob, who does it sound like I'm really hating on?
Team.
Sound like I'm hating on the team, Colorado, but I'm really not.
Right. Yes, sir.
See, if I come on, if Rob was to call me tonight, and I know everybody come, Coach Hayes, you finna act a foolio. No, because if I pick on Rob, I'm actually in essence downing what Colorado has accomplished. And that's not what I'm here to do. If Rob was to call in tonight, or any of these cult members, not fans, there's a difference. I've explained that already. But if I came on and say, y'all ain't going to the playoffs, for me to pick on him, I have to down the team. And that's not what I'm trying to do. That's not my goal. So how do I pick on Rob without picking on the team? You see what I'm saying?
There's no way to do that because of the optics of it.
Because now it sounds like you're hating on Colorado. So if you notice, I just asked the question. But if you ask the question and it clearly shows you're the hater, like when I brought up the coach of the year from Indiana and I just gave the explanation, you don't believe in prime. No, I was just giving it. That's why I tell people here that now if I was a bona fide hater, yeah, I'm going to jump all in and just be a hater, then I could do that. But I want to see Prime succeed. But I'm going to call it down the middle as I see it. Am I going to always be right? No. Am I always going to be wrong? No. But it's sure funny, though. Nobody called in and said, damn, Coach, you're right. You did say Kansas was going to be a scary team, and they've been da-da-da-da-da. Because they all go and they shrink behind their keyboards and they hide. But when things are great, they pop back out like a turtle head. And that's the funny thing. And that's why it's hard for me to really blast people like Rob, right? It's hard for me to blast people like Rob because in essence, I'm blasting the team. And that's how I got this whole thing when me and Chico was doing the Prime debate. When I would you see what I'm saying? Because how do I make fun of him without making fun of Colorado? Then therefore you in turn into the hater, you know? And so that's really what it was, man. So when Rob called in, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just sit here and look at him. Because at the end of the day, if I say, Rob, you ain't going, remember he said, Colorado is going to be in the national championship. Trust me. So when Rob calls in, what do I say? Hey, Rob, you're not going to the national championship. So now what do I say, though? Like,
right now you can say, go.
I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. So I got, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I
get exactly what you're saying, Coach. I mean, like, look, man, there's nothing you can say in that situation. But what I will say to a lot of the Colorado fans that may be listening and watching right now is that don't act like your dog dad today. You know what I'm saying? Look, it was a great season for what Coach Prime has did, man. Coach Prime did a lot. We put a lot of unfair expectations upon that man. And we wouldn't do that to any other coach around here. And you try to teach it. A lot of us that, Coach, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be honest, and a lot of content creators ain't going to tell you. I learned a lot from you, Coach. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that.
A lot of content creators ain't going to give you that props. You know what I'm saying? Give you your flowers. But you try to steer people in that direction and letting people know that's what it is. Like, don't put those expectations on Prime. Why are you doing that to him, to this African-American coach? You ain't going to do that to nobody else out here. From what he has done up at Colorado in year 2, this is a good
amazing,
season.
Amazing, bro. Amazing.
It's a good shit. Yes, it is. It's phenomenal what he able to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a chance to end a 9-win season as your second year as a head coach at a Power 5 school. Like, come on.
And it's
man.
your second year. It's your second year as a coach in the Power 5 level.
Right. Right.
It's your 4th year as a coach at the collegiate level, period. Think about that. Yeah.
That's great, Coach. That's phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
And that's all. And that's all you ever been trying to tell people. I don't see how they can't read between the lines and read but really see what you're talking about and breaking it down, because you break it down and you call it right down the middle. I don't see how people's not able to see that and dissect that information out of the message. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes like you say, I don't know, maybe it's not what you're saying. Maybe it's just a messenger. Maybe it's just a person that's saying certain things that people don't want to listen to. But you wouldn't put none of those unfair expectations on anybody else around in college football. But we want to do it to Coach Prime. But now it's phenomenal what he's done and what he has accomplished. And my hat's off to him. He proved me wrong this year and a lot of other people out there. Now, and they go out there, finish the season strong against Oklahoma State and hope and get a good bowl game versus probably a good SEC team. Close the season out. Give Colorado a bowl win because they ain't had a bowl win since when? I don't remember off top. I want to say 2004, 2016, something like that. 2006. It's been a while since they won a bowl game. But give them a bowl win. And look, man, hats off to him, man. Hats off to him and what he's able to accomplish, man.
Of course. Real quick, though. Wild Dog, shout out to you, a member, baby. I appreciate you. Is Coach Prime Coach of the Year now that Indiana got exposed? Come on, dog. That's not even that's such a loaded question, Wild Dog, and you know it. Indiana lost to the number 2 team in the nation. Yes. A well-established program. Not taking in consideration this gentleman. Now, Wild Dog, I'm just going to ask you a question, bro. Put Prime in Indiana. Same scenario. Just change the coach. You know what you would say? Bro, he just got there. He changed all these players. He went 10-0 and lost to the number 2 team in the nation. He should be coach of the year. Like that's all I be trying to get people to understand. Is come on, Wild Dog. You know I got love for you, bro. I really do. Come on. This man lost to the number 2 team in the nation, and people saying they got exposed. Exposed for what? They have no name. Think about what I'm about to tell you. They have no name players on their team. You can't name me 1 or 2 players unless you're a real Indiana fan or you just a real college football junkie. No, I can't even name the players. But here's the beauty. Colorado got 2 generational talents on their team. And they lost to unranked Kansas, Nebraska. Like, that's not fair, dog. Like, come on, y'all. Come on, Wild Dog. I love you, but you know that's not right. You know that's a loaded question. And those are the kind of questions that I tell people that's unfair. Those are unfair questions because if I put Prime in red and white in Indiana and put Kurt Signetti in gold and black in Colorado, that award would go to Prime in Indiana.
Yeah, like y'all gotta realize what Kurt Signetti did, y'all. Y'all gotta he come from a G5 program and James Madison moved up to the Power 5, and not just any Power 5 conference, the Big Ten.
He did what Prime did the very first year. Yeah. Got rid of everybody, brought people in, went 10-0 in the Big Ten conference, and got his head knocked off by the number 2 team in the country. And he didn't go to a place where the cupboard was full. It was empty also. 3-9 the year before that. They had won 1 conference game. Very similar situations, dog. Very similar. May not have been bad for 20 years, but been bad for a long time. Come on, nobody thinks about Indiana football in the Big Ten. That's like Purdue. And this man came and won 10 games. Come on, y'all. Come on. Much love to you, Wild Dog. Appreciate you, brother.
I gotta ask you a question, Coach, man, before you get me on up out of here.
No, you good.
Because I know you got things to do.
No, you good.
You think Kurt Signetti, I mean, you think that the Indiana Hoosiers, you think they're gonna knock them out of contention for the playoffs?
I don't think so because they lost to the number 2 team. You didn't lose to if they would have lost to how Texas A&M is losing to Auburn, I get it. But they lost, they're 5 and they're ranked 2. Like, how far can you drop me down with 1 conference loss, the only loss on my record? I don't even see how you drop them out the top 10 when you got Ole Miss who just lost. Ole Miss just lost to an unranked Florida. Who else lost today? I mean, you got quite a few losses there in the deal. So I don't see how. Hell, you had Penn State won by a point up in that joint.
Minnesota. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they by Minnesota. SMU beat Virginia convincingly. I just personally don't see how they fall out of the top 10. 10. I may be wrong, but you know what I mean? Hell, Alabama, Oklahoma fighting right now. They go in third. They is just 3-3. Nobody has scored yet. So
Wow.
it's 3-3 right now. And they middle of the third, middle of the second. And Oklahoma playing, dog.
I almost picked Auburn to beat A&M today too, man. Shad talked me out of it.
Oh man, Shad, get slapped, Shad. Mother, slap that dude up. Nah, that's my man right there. But anyway, Chuck, and I just want people like, you know what I'm saying? And when you look at it, I always believe if we're gonna do this, now fans and fandom, I get it. But like I tell you, if I'm be a content creator, now if I'm just a fanned out show, then I get it. You're a fanned out show. You fanned out. But if you want to be a person that quote unquote calling it down the middle, then we got to look at it that way, man. But bro, let me ask you, Colorado fans would lose their mind if Coach Prime was 10-1, lost to the number 2 team in the country, and didn't get Coach of the Year. They would lose their ever-loving minds.
Whoo, that'd be crazy. Yeah, they would. Yeah, they would. Signetti, you got Signetti, man. I mean, look, man, that's phenomenal. First year, clean house. But he brought a lot of his James Madison guys up too. So from down there, from James Madison, that's where a lot of them came from. And but yeah, he gotta be, to me, I say that he would, but you know, a lot of my other co-parks and a lot of everybody else, they tell me that he shouldn't be, but I think that Signetti should get it handily this year for what he was able to do up there. Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. That's I mean, has that ever been done, Coach, that you could think of with all your college football history?
Not that I can recall right away. And then they play Purdue their last game. So they should walk out 11-1 season. And I just don't see how, you know, and I'll put it this way. They lost 38-15. They got beat up bad. But that ain't worse than I've seen some schools. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, bro, hell, they even beat
they got beat up bad.
Think about this. They even beat Michigan, who was last year's national champion, right?
Yeah. If you make that argument with no quarterback, but yeah, they beat them.
Yeah, I mean, but they beat them. I mean, you know. So, I don't know, bro. But anyhow,
it's your schedule. Whoever's on your schedule, they beat whoever's on your schedule. You can't help what the schedule is. Some people might say that Indiana's schedule is weak, but you can't help what Indiana's schedule is. They play on their schedule and they win, and they were winning convincingly too. They weren't just beating anybody. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I hate to say it because I don't like to really use it with CU fans because they lost in Nebraska, but they beat Nebraska 56-7.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. But here's the funny thing. Indiana used to be the weakness of other people's schedule. Y'all just beat Indiana. They ain't nobody. Like, that's the part that kills me. This year, now it flips around. Oh, they ain't playing. Indiana used to be them. Like, they used to be the doormat games. Like, they used to want to getting drugged. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, Indiana
doormat of the Big Ten.
Bro, Indiana was bad, bro. They were bad.
Horrible.
They were 1-8 in the conference.
Did not get the keys to a Ferrari.
No, they were 1-8 in the conference last year. I'm trying to see here. I'm trying to look at this deal. Bro, they were getting beat by Maryland 44-17. Bro, they beat Akron by 2 points. Louisville beat them 21-14. Ohio State last year beat them 23-3. Purdue was beating them 30-16. Like, they were bad, bro.
Horrible. They were horrible.
Penn State beating them 45-14. Yeah. So, hey, you got to give credit where credit's due. And I think it's only fair, man. It's only fair, Trucking. Well, brother, I'm about to wrap this up, man. Let the people know where they can find you. Let them know where they can find you, what your schedule is like, and all that good stuff, man.
Man, look, man, y'all gotta hit the notification bell, man. Y'all find me most definitely on the weekends, man. On Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, man. Y'all gonna find something for me, man, for sure. I'm working hard out here, but y'all follow me on all my social medias, man, at Truckin' Chubby. Appreciate it. And make sure that y'all tune in, man. Y'all hit the notification bell for Coach Hayes, man, because he about to drop them good, bad, and uglies. Y'all learn a lot off that. Pay attention. what Coach Hayes is saying and stop calling my dog a hater, man.
I'm a hater. Hey, you see my shirt. Now, I have to admit this part. I have to be very honest. You know, I am Petty Pendergrass, right? I am. So I do things. You see, I don't know if you're watching, but you can see my shirt. This is my free Cavassier shirt smoke. See? Free Cavassier smoke. Remember that from last year?
Oh, man. Yeah. You get one every year, man. That's crazy.
No,
man.
I'm just saying.
Pay that boy, man, last year.
I'm just saying, just free my dog Cavassier smoke. I think he's still waiting. Because I think my man, when did Chico say they were saving his legs for the thing? So I was just making sure.
Yeah, he did say that, man. He did say that.
Yeah. So like when people like when Rob, I'm just saying. So like when Rob said, "What's a cult member?" That kind of stuff. That's cool. Like when Studio asked him, "Hey man, what do you think Coach Prime did wrong?" Oh yeah, he put the wrong shoes on. Those are the kind of things right there. Those will create cult members. Come on, dog. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just say that to say, I know I get petty sometimes, but it's more towards that kind of stuff, the cult members, more than it is Coach Prime. And that's why I don't come on here and just like, I told y'all Kansas was going to whip them. I told you. No, because I'm actually, in essence, really taking a shot at Colorado, and that's not what my intention is. I want to see them be successful, but it's really more taking a shot at the cult member, you know, because of the foolishness. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, what do y'all like? What do y'all like? How do y'all come up with this stuff? Like, do you lay at night looking at the ceiling fan going around and say, I'm gonna say this because this make a lot of sense in my mind. I'm going to say that they're not playing this kid because they're saving his legs for the NFL. What the fuck?
That's crazy,
bro.
That's like saying them folks ain't run up in the Capitol on the 6th. And I'm just
no, it's like saying, oh, the reason they ran in the Capitol because they was getting their voting ballots. That's what that's like saying.
Hey, that's a fact, Coach. You hit that one out of the park.
No,
man.
I'm saying that's exactly what it's saying. You're trying to justify some foolishness. No. They didn't run in the Capitol. They ran in there. They ran in there to get their voting ballots because they wanted to vote. But instead, they're walking out with furniture. They got pictures. You clearly got pictures of people walking out with podiums. You got pictures of people behind these people's desk, congressman desk, with their feet up on the desk, and you try to justify to say, no, they stormed in there to get a sheet of paper out the printer.
You're right.
Like that's
You're right, Coach.
Yeah,
You're absolutely right.
All right, real quick, let me get some love. Wild Dog gifted a membership. I don't know who it was gifted to. Shout out to him, man. Hey, man, clap this thing up, man, for Wild Dog in the. Oh, man, I got all kind of stuff going on. Y'all clap it up for Wild Dog. He gifted a membership to Jimmy Wash. Jimmy Wash in the building, man. So shout out to Jimmy Wash, got a membership, man. Thank you, Wild Dog. Appreciate you, brother. All right.
Yeah, that's dope, man. All right, Coach, man. Keep doing what you're doing, Coach.
We will, man. We'll get it in, man. We'll definitely check it. I'm finna watch this Alabama game, Oklahoma. I'm gonna wash some clothes and fold them because they clean.
That's a fact.
So what I did there? Finna wash and fold clothes because they clean. All right. I'm out of here, Chuck. Appreciate you, dog. All right, that's Chuck and Chubby, man. Shout out to him, man. Thank you, Wild Dog, for that, man. Membership, Jimmy Wash. Go ahead and make it happen. But anyway, like I said, Oklahoma. If Oklahoma beats Alabama, Smooth going to come see me. I'm going to talk to Smooth about that one. But anyway, like I said, with all that being said, I appreciate it. I know I got Tuesday shows here with Colorado, and Wednesday I have with Miami. I'm gonna be actually in Georgia. So hopefully we can get those going. As long as the signal's good and right, we can make it happen. But I do appreciate your time, effort, and energy hanging out with us. Appreciate all the conversation, all the people that's called in, all the people that's donated. And we'll continue to make this channel grow, man, and keep trying to give y'all this, in the words of Wholesome, this great quality content. All right. So with all that being said, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all hang out, and we'll be out of here. Peace. I wonder why Rob from Texas didn't call in. Where are you, Rob, with your copious notes? Huh? Rob, I've been looking to talk to you, Rob. Matter of fact, Rob, you need to come on my show with your Miami Hurricane gear and say that you're sorry. Huh, Rob? You got to say that you're sorry. Unfortunately, y'all, we won't ever hear from Rob again. That boy going in the wind. Peace.